How can we lessen mental health stigma? In my last post, I mentioned how my upbringing impacted my mental health. What did I mean by that? Let's do a Google search. When you look up adverse childhood experiences, ACEs for short, you can find how the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, lists potentially traumatic events for children under 17 years of age. Abuse and neglect are considered ACEs. They have long-term impacts on health, opportunity, and well-being. The first two listed ACEs are easier to identify because we can physically see the harmful actions being done to the child. The latter two were prevalent in my family, but more difficult to identify because emotional abuse is done verbally and neglect is what's missing. But how do you know what's missing if you've never had it? Or was aware of its existence when you've never been taught or modeled? Abuse and neglect are common. It impacts 1 out of 7 children. Children who experience ACEs may have emotional and psychological problems such as anxiety and post-traumatic stress. Chronic abuse results in toxic stress, which can change brain development and increase risk problems like PTSD, learning, attention, and learning difficulties. They also have difficulty forming healthy and stable relationships, struggling with finances, jobs, and depression throughout life. If ACEs are common and unaddressed, there is a high possibility someone we know have experienced ACE. I think learning about ACEs is one way to destigmatize mental health. What are your thoughts?